So you've decided to go ahead and start crafting and gathering, and now you want to know, how can I level more quickly? Stay with me and I'll fill you in. This is Pixie Willows, and I have been playing Final Fantasy XIV online for about 5 years now, and I have been gaming for decades. Leveling your gathering and crafting faster. It can be done. Definitely it can be done. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and open up the leave meat in every area that you can go into right now. So go ahead and pause this and go open up in each beginner area and each area thereafter. It'll only take you a couple minutes of your time and you'll be happy you did that. So now you're back, right? You've opened up all those areas. You're like, Pixie, oh my gosh, that was a pain in the butt. It's worth it. And as you continue forward through whatever areas, just make sure you open those up from here on out. You are allowed, let's see, you can see in my video, Camp Drybone is an important area. Ulda, with, like, let's say you're a weaver, you're beginning, wherever you picked the weaver up in that city is where you're going to get the leve quest for it. Do not use your leve quests, by the way, for gathering. But I recommend gathering, your miner and your botanist. Do those before you do, like, let's say level 1 to 5. Go out, or 1 to 10, because that's easy. 1 to 10 is easy. Go and raise your miner and botanist to level 10. Then go to whatever crafter that you're going to do. You'll find that inevitably you're probably going to end up doing each crafter, unless you have specific ones in mind, but they are dependent on each other. So, first and foremost, like I said, make sure you do your gatherers first, but do not use your leaves for that. You can, with your gatherers, always make sure that you go, don't let your eyes be bigger than your stomach, so to speak. Don't go, if you're level 4, don't go after a level 5 something, go after a level 3 something, because you'll actually be more successful when you hit that node and you're actually able to gather or collect that item. See, and I think I'm going to show you right here. You go to your miner, and this is a perfect example. Go into your crafting log, and you see like 1 to 5. You have copper ore, and you have the shards, and you have muddy water, and you have bone chips. From 1 until 4, basically go after the shards and the muddy water. Even at level 4, I say go after the muddy water, not the bone chips, because you are going to be more successful at gathering the muddy water, and you're going to get experience with every strike of that, your pickaxe, versus missing all the time trying to get the bone chips. And you do have 2 tools, and you'll see even on the secondary tool, it's the same things, level 1 stuff. Always go after something that is 1 level underneath your level when it comes to gathering. Only gathering, botany, mining, go after something 1 level beneath your level, and you will always have a successful hit, and that means you will always gain experience from that hit. As you're able to try and start gathering high quality items, I would recommend, I think that, that's that at higher levels, but let me just say, try and gather higher level items because you'll actually gain more experience. But that also falls with crafting. Always try, once you're able to start trying to attempt to craft high quality items, always try. Even if you're not successful at creating or crafting that high quality item, you'll still get like double or triple the experience for having tried. So the game rewards you for trying, and this game always sets you up to succeed, not fail. So this is why there is a way implemented to level faster these leaves. Once you hit level 20, you open up turning multiple turn-ins, meaning it might say that you only need 1 item, but they'll allow you to turn in two or 3 more times, and it'll only count as 1. So when you go into your leaves and you see, okay, today I have these many leaves available, and I'll show you here in a few seconds or minutes, where you can see how many leaves a day you get. Basically, each day you get like one every 6 or 8 hours, something like that. So you end up with like 6 or 9 a day. But that actually, you go pretty quickly with those. So now we're going over to, I believe, Weaver. I go on my Weaver. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you, again, are leveling at the same level each crafter that you want to craft with. I'm recommending from 1 to 20, you just make, like, look here, hempen yarn and hempen cloth for the Weaver as an example. Just make those things until you get to a point where even level 10 quests, I think it's hempen kicks or something like that, pants. You're already pre-making the items, materials that you need, and you're getting yourself to level 10. It's actually happens pretty quickly. And again, if you have like even a job or class at level 80, 70, 60, whether it's one of your fighting classes, a healer, whatever, that dictates how quickly you will level as a crafter or a gatherer even. So. And also you have to have opened up an area to be able to get past a certain level in crafting or gathering. If you haven't gotten there in a storyline, you can't get there yet. Not every area, but there are certain areas that you cannot get into until you've gotten into it in the main storyline. See, and I'm showing you hempen tights. It only takes yarn and cloth. So, make sure that you have the proper gear. I'm not saying go and buy the tools. The tools aren't, they'll come as you quest. I'm talking about if you have any experience gear, look at it. If it says all classes, then put it on because you can use it for your crafters and gatherers and you'll gain extra experience with that. You see down showing you even here with level 1, it's not worth really using your leaves right now at level 1. They're asking for things that, if you just make the hempen yarn, the hempen cloth, or you make like your ingots, or, you're going to get to like level 10 pretty quickly. And if you look down at the bottom right, left side, you'll see allowances. It says 100. That's how many leave quest allowances I have. So let's say you have a leave when you hit level 20, and it allows you to do multiple turn-ins. You're only going to use one for 3, 4, 5, 6 turn-ins. And that's a big, big deal. This is a precious commodity in this game, as those allowances. So that's why I say don't use them for your gathering, use them for your crafting. Because the gathering, you can actually level pretty quickly if you follow what I said, as far as don't go in at anything your level or higher, go lower. And you'll always have a successful hit, and you'll always get experience. My other suggestion is, other than the experience gear, if you have any experience gear and it's for all classes, make sure you're wearing it. It doesn't matter, this next thing, food. If you're given any food in the game, raisins, oyster, whatever, it doesn't matter if it gives you the right stats or not. It gives you 3% experience, no matter what, plus 3 experience. So if you don't have any crafter gear or crafter food or gatherer food, it doesn't matter. Just eat that food. That's plus 3% experience for 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how many you eat or if it lets you eat multiples and get an hour. Any manuals. There's gathering and crafting manuals. As you're doing your quests every 5 levels, just like with your fighting classes, healing classes, tank classes. Every 5 levels you go and do a class-specific quest. Basically, I think once you hit 40 or 50 with crafting and gathering, you start getting manuals, and they give you plus like obscene amounts of experience for however many points of experience. Make sure you use those, and you'll definitely be happy that you did. The next thing is once you turn, like I said, level 20, multiple turn-ins open. So even though it says, I think until you hit 50, and then it'll actually say, they're asking for 3 with a turn-in. Those are the ones that end up being multiple turn-ins or something. multiple turn-ins means you use less of your allowances and you get more experience. So if you're making high quality items, like I believe I had already mentioned, always, always, always make high quality items. Whether you're successful at making it or not, you get way more experience. And with these turn-ins, high quality makes a huge difference. You get like triple the experience for a turn-in. Plus 200% is what they say. So basically, if you would have been gained 1 level for turning in 3 times, with one, 3 times, then with one item at high quality, boom, you got that level. You know what I'm saying? So you're using less materials. You are making less trips. And yes, you are going to make trips teleporting back and forth. I'm going to link in the description the person that I used. She's already pre-done the guides for every job, culinary and blacksmith, etc. She has already pre-done and wrote out from level 1 to 80, her leveling guides, who you go to, how many items you'll need, the benefits of high quality crafting and high quality gathering versus doing it regular quality, or what they call no quality. I call it regular quality because I don't think it's no quality. And basically, she's done all these guides. I'm going to have it. I used her when I was leveling, actually, 5 years ago. And, I wish I had found her sooner. So then once you turn level 50, and you are able to go past Mordana. If you're not to Mordana, then you don't know what Mordana is. But once you hit level 50, a whole nother world of crafting, or additional world of crafting, let's put it that way, opens up for you. You are going to end up basically at level 45 to 50, even in your regular questing, with healer, tank, DPS type thing. You will end up on Mordana. And Rowena's House of Tokens opens up for you. You get gear there and things like that. But the left side of that area, there's 2 stalls. One side is your fighting gear. And the other side is like your crafting section. You are going to end up where you're not going to have to worry as much, but you'll still have to worry about your leaves. But there's a whole nother world of crafting and turn-ins that you can do. It'll give you additional experience and daily you can there's like a double reward system, or like a 1.5 times reward. You'll see like an item where you'll get bonus experience for turning it in, and you'll still, even with that, get triple the experience for turning it in high quality. You get additional money, you get additional experience, you get additional whatever the reward is, in addition to, like, let's say it's shards, crafting shards. And yes, you do use shards when you craft. Always, that's another reason why I say do not just craft aimlessly. Don't just take and get a stack of things and make a stack of ingots unless you're going to need those ingots, because you're using up your shards. And inevitably, then you'll have to go gather shards, buy shards, something. You do, however, at times with turn-ins, get shards with the reward. So that is a good thing. But once you start getting to like crafting clusters, it's just a larger shard or crystal. This guy right here and the guy next to him, once you start gathering and crafting, will have quests for you that help you melt materia and remove it and turn your gear into materia, actually. So pay attention when you get that. This is also Rowena's area in the beginner city. They added this, I think, in the last year. So once you've opened up Rowena's House of Tokens, you can actually come here as far as gathering and crafting anyway. And you can do your turn-ins here. There's also a way in your journal that you can look and see what the turn-ins are for that day. But I don't believe I showed you when I was recording this video. But you can see from level 50 to 80. And it has everything, every crafter type, every gatherer type. And it'll show you This is what the collectability has to be. This is the amount of experience you'll get. And those scripts, you'll see white and yellow scripts. These are the amount of scripts you'll get. Now, if you bring in high quality, it's going to be way more than that. You know, the scripts, the experience, the money, everything that you get for that is so much more. I highly, highly, highly recommend, if you can even, you know, turn it in as high quality, do it. If you can't, you know, you can't. But as you're leveling, you will receive moves in your craft that enable you to make high quality. And inevitably, you know, you can make macros that will do the moves for you, so you don't have to sit there and think, okay, what's my next move? What's my next move? And I will, in the next couple weeks, be doing a video on how to make macros. And if you're at that point now where you want to learn how to make macros, I'm pretty sure the person, you know, you can look up online how to make macros. There's probably like a ton of videos. There's also, if you go to the Smith, you know, the building outside of Sestasha in Limsa, there's actually a book that you can read over there, open up, and it teaches you how to make macros. But if you want to wait a couple weeks, I promise you I will be doing a video on how to make macros. Rowena's. Rowena's is going to be a big help for you once you hit 50. And, you know, each area, like when you get to the next DLC, A Realm or Heaven's Word, you know, there's an area in Ishgard that you do your leve quest turn-ins. And there's an area in Kugani, etc. And the Crystal City that you do these turn-ins, multiple turn-ins, and you can level really, really quickly. It's just a matter of how many leaves that you're going to have at what point. And, you know, if you have no leaves, at least these Rowena turn-ins, you don't need to use leaves. I probably forgot to mention that. But with Rowena, it's collectible turn-ins. So you turn something, it's a collectible, you turn it into a collectible, make it high quality. You can do as many in a day as you want, or as little. And you're not using up any turn-ins allowances. So, and let's see. I believe that is all that I wanted to mention. Make sure you do your gatherers and you stay within so many levels gathering, you know, botanist, miner, you know, within 10 levels of each other, so you can use the same gear and not be inundating your armory chest or your inventory with extra gear. Same goes with crafting. If you're going to want to level your crafters, all the crafters, which you're probably going to find that they're all dependent on each other anyway. You know, get from 1 to 20 with one, go to the other one, get to 1 to 20. Those are the ones 1 to 20. You're not going to use any of your allowances. You know, you're just going to be making like ingots and leather and thread and cloth. And all of that you're going to use for each other anyway once you get past a certain point. You'll find also in the guide that I am going to link in my description that she will tell you exactly how many of each item you're going to need for your turn-ins and the yield between no quality and high quality. I hope you have found this helpful. This is Pixie Willow saying make sure you smack that like button, ring the bell to be alerted when I put out new videos, and subscribe. Remember to subscribe, but only if you want to. I hope you have a fabulous day. Take care.